guys, welcome to a new video. I have been making hair tutorials on YouTube for over a decade now, and something that I have been interested in since the beginning is heatless curling. Heat styling is bad for your hair, it's damaging, it can dry your hair, cause it to break quicker, and as someone with hair that is already on the finer and thinner side, I like to avoid it as much as possible. So I really enjoy overnight heatless curling methods that allow you to wake up with beautiful hair in the morning. So over the years I have tried out countless overnight heatless curling methods. Of course, some of them worked better than others, and not all of them have stuck. In order for me to use a heatless curling method consistently, first of all, it needs to be quick to set. I am a morning person, I don't like evenings, I am very low energy in evenings. I definitely don't want to be spending a lot of time setting my hair right before bed. The second thing is it needs to be comfortable. I'm gonna be sleeping in this, I need to, be able to sleep comfortably. And the third thing is it needs to be consistent and reliable. You will have, variations in how your hair comes out with any overnight heatless curling method, but I want to know that it'll at least come out looking good every time that I do it. There are 3 heatless curling methods that I use the most consistently, that I would count among my favorites, and that I actually use in my day-to-day life. And all 3 of these meet all 3 of my criteria. So I am going to be showing all of them to you in the upcoming week, but I am going to be filming the setting process today. So when I do overnight curls, I always use a setting lotion, and you guys always ask me what I use. I'm currently using the Lotte Body Style Me Texturizing Setting Lotion, and I mix it with water. I use 1 part setting lotion, 1 part water, mix it together in a spray bottle. For the purpose of today's video, since I'm going to be doing all of these and I don't want to saturate my hair in setting lotion, of course, I'm just going to use a spray bottle of water. Yes, this is a bottle of kitchen cleaner, but trust me, it's filled with only water. I clean it very well. The first method I use is actually my oldest heatless curling method, and in fact one of the first videos I ever made, and what my channel is originally built on: sock curls. The sock curling method has stuck. I still use it. I still think it gives beautiful results, and the most important thing is it is so quick to do. It just takes a couple of seconds. So what I do for that method is I take a hair elastic and I will put my hair up into a high ponytail. I prefer to do a high ponytail because we're gonna make a bun, and if I put it on top of my head, the bun won't be in the way when I'm sleeping. No matter how I lay my head down, the bun won't be there to bother me. Wearing your hair up like this also adds a little bit of volume to your hair when you take this down in the morning. Then I take my water and setting lotion mixture, or in this case, just my plain water, and I will spray my hair with that so that it is damp. You want the hair to be coated everywhere and evenly, but you definitely don't want it to be dripping wet because we do need this to dry throughout the night. If your hair doesn't dry, then the curls won't set and it'll have been for nothing. I'm gonna take my sock donut. If you haven't seen a sock donut before, it is literally an old clean, of course, sock with the tip cut off and then rolled into a donut. Very simple to make. If you don't feel comfortable using an old sock, then you can of course use a proper hair donut, but this is just a very quick and simple at-home DIY. So I will take my ponytail, pull it through my donut, and then I will start wrapping the ends of my hair around this donut. So I'm wrapping them through the hole, and now I'm going to roll the donut up along my hair. So I am essentially going to create a sock bun. As I'm going, I am spreading the hair around the sock. If I have any layers of flyaways, I want to make sure that they are incorporated. So I'll just push them through the hole. I just keep twisting the donut until I reach the top of my hair. There we go. Then I just like to spray this whole thing one more time, make sure it's nice and damp. So this is how I sleep in it. Again, it's very comfortable. The bun isn't in the way anywhere. So let's take a look at the results that this produces. I did secure it with 2 bobby pins just to be sure. I like to kind of slide them in from the side so that I catch some of the hair in the bun and some of the hair on my scalp and kind of stick it down, as it were, so that it doesn't come loose during the night. This is the result I got from my sock curls today. Since you're catching all of the hair in one big curl, that gives a very consistent result throughout the entire head of hair, although I must say the hair will definitely be most curled on the bottom and mostly straight at the top, and that's definitely true in the back as well. The back will be mostly straight with just a few curls around the bottom, depending on how long your hair is, since you are tying it on top of your head. If you were to tie the bun in a different position on your head, you would get different results. I do like the position on top because then it turns out mostly curled along the front of the hair, and I personally really like it that way. Today's result with the sock curls, definitely more subtle curls, but lots of volume, as you can see. So that is sock donut curls. The second method is one that I only started using very recently, but it has quickly become a favorite because it's so easy and convenient to do, and that is a variation on headband curls that is just a little bit easier and, again, more convenient. Robe, waist, tie, headband curls. So what I do for that is I split my hair down the center, I pull it forward, then I start on one side, so I start by just dampening one half of my hair. And you want the same amount of dampness as with the sock curls, so that the hair is nicely coated but not dripping wet. Then I will take my robe waist tie and I will lay it over my head, make sure that both ends are equally long, and then I take the front of my hair and I start wrapping this around the tie. So I'll take the hair, I'll let it go, take some more hair, wrap it around, let it go, take some more hair, and I'm going to do this all the way down my hair. So when I've reached the end here, at this point I like to make my twists a little bit longer so that my curls don't end up as tight. So I like a bit of a looser effect. But I make my way down, and then I take a hair elastic and I tie this around the ends of my hair. And I'm gonna really make sure I've caught the very ends of my hair, because if your ends aren't in the hair elastic, they're gonna end up straight, and that is not the look that I go for in any case. Alright, so that's one side done. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Spray this with water, put down my band, and start wrapping. When I have tied up both of my ends, I am going to bring these two pieces around to the front. I'm gonna just tie them with a simple knot. I'm gonna do a double knot just to be sure. And then I stick the ends underneath here. And that is what this looks like. This is how I sleep in it again. It is nice and comfortable. It is flat and soft enough that it doesn't really bother me in my sleep. Super quick to set. Gorgeous results, so let's take a look at those. These curls are very moldable. You can very much decide, the size that you want them to be, how wide you want the curls to be spread apart. I went for a bit of a looser wave because I feel like that's something that I can't get with the other techniques. So I tend to wrap mine with quite a lot of space in between. That also helps to preserve a bit of length and, give this effect. The top of the hair, especially the back, will not be curled. That's still straight, because obviously we only wrapped around the perimeter of the hair. I personally don't mind that. I quite like that look. This is the result that you get with the headband curls. There is one more technique I want to show you, and this is the quickest and easiest way I have found to do something that resembles, or that gives you the option to do vintage hair. Vintage hairstyles generally require tighter curls that go all the way up to the scalp, which is something that the previous two methods don't provide. If I want all of my hair to be curled and I want to do a brush out or something like that in the morning, that is when I use large rollers. These are by far the quickest and easiest way I have found to set somewhat vintage looking hair. How I use these is I usually split my hair down the side. I use a very simple setting pattern. I will do rollers like that, 2 on top here, all the way down the side of my hair. Same thing on the other side, only here I usually just do 1. So that will be about 3 rollers on this side. And then along the back, I place them horizontally like that. And just place them all next to each other. Just because I want this to be quick and simple, I roll all of them down so I don't switch up the curling shape or the direction in which I do them. Take a little bit of hair, spray it with my water and setting lotion mixture. I wrap the ends around it, and then the rest I'll just roll it up to my scalp. I always include my bangs in my setting pattern because I usually don't want to wear them separately when I do vintage hair. And this allows me to incorporate them nicely. So when I've reached my scalp, I will snap it closed. That's 1 roller done. So that is basically how that works. I didn't do the back now, but I'm sure you get the idea. This is by far the most time-consuming one out of the 3, but it is still so much quicker than doing curls with smaller rollers or hand-rolled pin curls. Good morning, I have slept in my rollers. As you can see, I like to cover them with a headscarf. That doesn't always hold the way I'd like to, but generally this is about what it looks like when I sleep in them. And then underneath the headscarf I have a hairnet, just in case the headscarf slips off and just to make sure that everything is actually well contained. I feel like that's a pretty safe way to make sure that my rollers last through the night. So let's take them down, see what the end result is like. So as you can tell, these are pretty tight curls. They have eaten up a lot of length. My hair has gone from about this length to bob length. These are pretty versatile curls. Of course, you could just wear them like this, kind of run your hands through them and wear them as kind of modern day curly hair. However, that is not my preferred way of wearing them, because when I do wear my hair curly, I prefer it to have a bit more length. So for these, I will just take a brush and start brushing through my hair. And mold this into a more vintage style hairstyle. Now, of course, like I mentioned with overnight curling methods, it's always a bit of guesswork how they will come out. So sometimes when something like this happens, I have this very obvious ridge there. I like to just go in and style my hair around that. So for example, I might take a bobby pin and just simply pull the hair back on the side. And that makes it a lot less noticeable and a lot more intentional. So there are always ways you can work around a little mistake or kink in your curls, but that is my preferred method to do vintage hair on myself. As you can see, this was really quick to fix up in the morning. I think this takes about, well, I've been filming for 10 minutes now and I've been talking, so I think in real life this would maybe take me 5 to 7 minutes to do in the morning, which is very acceptable in my opinion. So this is my overnight heatless method for vintage curls. Those are my 3 favorite heatless curling methods, the one that I use most often, the ones that I actually use in my private life. So I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, guys. If you did, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for loads more beauty and lifestyling content. If you would like to support me through Patreon or my merch store, there will be links in the description box below. Thank you so much for your support. There is another video here that I think you might also enjoy. You can go watch next. Thank you for watching and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye!